From the station that conveys substantial, factual, and attested journalism on screen, this is 𝗕𝗏𝗧𝗬 verified bulletin radical newscasting. Good day Philippines, good day Manila. This is Aldrin Agnes, your verified news insider. From the metonymy pen is mightier than sword, adventure noble journey to the river sea proves that writing is powerful enough to start a social movement. Children's book author Eva Ibbotson strengthens call against family dysfunction and for children's welfare after launching an online international petition via change.org on Monday, May 2. The petition was signed by over 10,000 people, the vast majority of whom are Filipinos, a figure supported by the said platform.
Definitely. I had established this petition on account of Journey to the River Sea.
The petition was backed up by a number of non-governmental organizations or NGOs, including Save the Children Philippines. In 2018, the Philippines released findings from the 2015 National Baseline Study on Violence Against Children, or NBS-VAC, the country's first study to assess the prevalence of all kinds of violence against children. However, while there is an obvious declination in recorded cases during the COVID-19 pandemic, the data could imply less and less cases being reported by silent victims.
Unquestionably, statistics verbalize violence against children and family dysfunction as a continuing issue in the Philippines. This reveals that children and young age ranging to 13 to 24 years old encounter significant levels of physical, psychological, sexual, and peer violence. At this juncture, this prompted literary critic 𝗍𝗪𝗧𝗬 to conclude the novel Journey to the River Sea possesses varied conflicts mentioned in the narrative, yet not fully addressed in real life.
In Journey to the River Sea, Eva Ibbotson managed to tell dark realistic issues in a positive story full of courage and adventures suited for children, especially that the target readers are from their age. Despite it being set more than a century ago, it does tackle affairs that are still prevalent today, counting from behavioral development, societal conflicts, racism, and family dysfunctions. I think that says a lot about our society. It appears that there is a matter about social identity in the plot. Children are only getting to know themselves. It is important for children to see the representation of this in media they consume. In this case, it is shown with Finn and Clovis. They swap identities but, in the end, they don't know if they want to keep their identities or not. Youngsters need to know that it is okay if they are unsure of what they want to be. That is a normal human experience. What's more is that adolescents need to be exposed to how racism and colonialism work in the real world, and Journey to the River Sea gives a direct example. As a literary critic, it seems to me that the Carters don't like interacting with the locals, but they enjoy the program from their country. It's sad that there are still racist hate crimes like recently there are Filipinos and Asians being assaulted in Western countries for no reason other than their race. By the same token, I believe that racism is taught so as adults. We have the responsibility to guide the children towards the right path early on. As a matter of fact, the depiction of family dysfunction in the story shows adults that their actions matter to minors who are still developing, particularly with regards to their behavioral, emotional, and psychological capability. Adults should only take in a child if they are able to care for it, not just because they want to or the child has something they want, say a large trust fund to their name. Children are vulnerable and they can make rash decisions because of how the adults in their life treat them. Maya felt like she wasn't wanted while living with the Carters, and according to MSD manuals, children who are emotionally neglected tend to reach out to strangers, just like how Maya left with Finn to the Amazon. I know a lot of child psychologists and experts would agree. Finn was basically a stranger, and yet she went with him. That is to say, this was dangerous for both of them considering they are juveniles. Essentially, on the whole, this book is great for everyone of all ages, be it an adult or a 10-year-old. All things considered, it is a wholesome story with a vivid description of the Amazon that will get you hooked, but also provides real-life lessons told in a light manner.